Just do it. Make it happen. Move on and be the top excellence. Be the top performers. You need to have passion and creative mindset all the time in whatever things you do. Love what you do. Do what you love. If you want to actualize what you are not, or what you are, or what you will be, or any kind of possible you in the future, then you need to have passion and creativity, and you need to take massive action. Just do it and to make it happen, and always move on. If you happen to face some sort of difficulties, never mind at all. It's very natural that we'll face some this kind of difficulties from time to time along the life journey. When you encounter this kind of difficulties, the only thing you have to do is just embrace it, welcome it, and analyze it. What is the obstacle that in the middle of the road, and you never get yourself stuck in any kind of difficult situations, because you need to think all the way, all the time, how to turn things around inside your mind. So, not necessarily a mind-boggling game, but it's a sort of problem-solving process all the time. It's a kind of dynamic problem-solving cycle. For instance, we are in the later part of 2016, and you have 3 more months to go. You might think that, oh, it's too late. I don't want to think about anything right now. Situation is so bad, and I probably would think about why not until next year, 2017. Then I start out to kick up a new program. No, you don't think that way. Anytime is the right time to activate the new you, the new system, or anytime you can invent your new self. Okay, for instance, in 2016, you need to have the 3 main characteristics of your perseverance, resilience, bouncing back capability. This all in all focus on passionate. Are you passionate in what you are doing in your life? Are you passionate in your career? Are you passionate in so-called Kaizen? Improve yourself continuously. And are you being creative enough? Or are you longing for to be productive? Okay. So start out from 2015. We need to review constructively and take actions, and to analyze with a SWOT model. SWOT is the strength. What is your strength? Weakness. What are your weaknesses? And when you have your strength, how you are going to strengthen or expand your strength. And when you have a lot of weaknesses, and how are you going to do anything to turn things around, to turn the liability into asset, to turn the weakness into your strength, to reverse. O represents opportunity. If you get engaged with all the activities around you, you will find that you will have found very, very many opportunities around you. that you can take advantage of, that you can play your full talent out. T represents threat. What kind of threat? What does it mean, threat? Threat means if you are, for instance, you have been educated, you have been cultivated so many skills, working skills with you, but right now we are entering very soon into 2017, and you know the smartphone, the technology is pretty advancing right now, and even the tablet like Apple iPad or iPad Pro, something like that, it can enable you to do multitasking jobs. So you need to review that what kind of new skills you need to learn. So once you make an analysis of your strength, weakness, and you know what kind of opportunities and threats around you, then you come up with the list and to launch for your new learning program. After this, you need to ensure all tools and resources are in place for immediate action. For instance, if you are going to connect to all the very avant-garde technology news development, or you want to know all the news, hands-on news, in controlling all kinds of information you need in a very immediate moment, excuse me, then you need to connect to internet all the time. So when we are talking about ensure all tools, one of the example is that you make sure your smartphone connecting to 4G or 5G all time, anywhere, that you can surf the internet and getting the information you need. Right? Now the third thing is to monitor your performance. Every day you take massive actions to carry out to reach your goals, and you have to set some benchmarks. For instance, like you have a project coming up, learning a new language, and you set like a goal. You set up a goal to master the language, for instance, like Japanese, like French, or Italian, or Spanish, something like that. Let's say you need to find out in 3 months' time, in 4 months' time, you want to be speaking the very fluently Spanish or French, something like that. Then you set down the benchmarks, for instance, like every week, then you will reach some certain of achievement in the language mastery. Okay? And you have timely quality index. What does it mean? That means if you set up this project and you have the timeline spread out and you take action exactly according to your timeline sheets, then you don't procrastinate. All right? You don't idle yourself. You have to work hard to reach all the benchmarking you set with a timeline. What does it mean, quality index? It means you don't fooling around. If you say, for instance, like Espanol, if you want to say estoy uno estudiante, something like that, then you have to pronounce it exactly as possibly as correctly, as fluently as the Spanish people do. So you have set up the quality index and you meet that index. Now the next thing is you have to renew your process flow. By what? By shaking up status quo into a new sphere. Now from time to time we work day in and day out according to our daily routines. And maybe 2 months, 3 months or 4 months later on, you will find that you've you probably stagnate in somewhere. You are no longer that productive. You are no longer that agile than before. So at that time, you need to review: is there any kind of new process that you need to uh, tie in or introduce in to replace your current routine flow, routing process, something like that. If it's necessary, then you need to shake up the status quo. You need to break up the ingredients of the right now the current routine, and then um, wipe out the unnecessary steps and tie in the very new and efficient input. All right, then you can come up with the very new phase of how you process your daily routine and how you achieve your targets. Next is the rebranding and enrich the value deeds with avant-garde ideas. From time to time, um, we have make ourselves a very routine machine. Maybe 1 month or 2 months later, we become very comfortable because you cruise along your life journey so smoothly that uh, you never experience that something new that you need to take notice. So from time to time, you need to think about rebranding yourself. What you talk, what you think, what you represent, what you're presenting to others, outside world, is a kind of branding process. Every day you are generating this kind of system. And when you do a rebranding, you need to enrich the value added deeds with avant-garde ideas. That means you don't stagnate in your thinking process. You need to think out of the box. And there's a kind of amusing joke saying that think out of the box, but you are always in the same box. Or think out of the box, that box never exists. Think about this. All right? Okay, the final point is dynamic flowing into a new inflection point to transform to a new level. This is a kind of learning curve. You learn something, you carry out something, you do something, you utilize your working skills to accomplish some of your tasks. And maybe in 1 year or 2 years time, then you find that in the market there's some sort of new technology, new productive tools emerging. So you need to take notice. And whenever that you know that kind of new tools are so effective, are so productive, even productive than the current skills or current skill set you have or current tools you have, then you have to seriously think about to introduce the new flow. Flow does not necessarily mean that only the skills, only the tools. It means the process change. You need to shake it up. You need to shake everything up and to see what the ingredients inside the process needs to be depleted and what's the ingredients not inside your current process needs to be tied in or needs to be like cooperate with some other um, associations, organizations, or you, for instance, like doing the computing, then you need to um, you need to buy new software that's more efficient, that's more productive than the current one you're using. And when you find that you are in a so-called the inflection point is that you know that you no longer uh, making any progress uh, comparing to previous times. You think that you are stagnant there, then it's a time. You need to think about, is it a inflection point? If it's inflection point, then you have to transform to a new level. How to transform? First, shift your mindset, change your thinking. All right, generate more avant-garde or exotic ideas, exciting ideas to make wow effects. Okay, maybe you need to think about um, transform your maybe your positivity or enhance your creativity, or you need to completely changing your routing process, something like that. So in all, you need to have passion, you need to be creative all the time to actualize what you are or what you are longing for. And coupled in that, you might not be able to think, or you might not be able to imagine that maybe incorporating some of the new skill set or some kind of new mindset into your life, then you can actualize what you are not supposed to be. Maybe you are a banker right now, but with some sort of new ideas, then you can reform and transform yourself to a career other than the banking industry. So, okay, so this is the very important part, is that if you want to reinvent yourself, if you want to rechange, give yourself itself is as a brand. If you want to give your brand a new process, a relaunch, then you need to think about all this kind of process. I repeat again, your action spirit is just do it, make it happen, always move on. Face any kind of difficulties, you just analyze it and solve it, and be the top excellent performers. So you need to be passionate in what you are doing. You need to be very creative in what you are doing, and then you can actualize what you're longing for, actualize your lifetime goal or vision. Okay, we talk about this 2016 to 2017, or even you can extend to 2020, 2050 something. Every day you can do this kind of continuous improvement thinking process. Okay, that's the essence of it. Thank you very much. We'll talk about it next time.